Hello learners, and welcome to week 3 of U.S. History, Reconstruction to Present. This week's assignments include 1.8, 1.9, 1.10, 1.11, and 1.12. Okay, so we're going to focus a lot on slavery in the Middle Passage this week, and the Republican Party as well. So these are the big concepts that we're learning about. Okay, so the Middle Passage from 1518 to the mid-19th century, about 12 million estimates, obviously, complete estimate, African Americans were killed, tortured, and sold into slavery from European slavers. The triangular trade route would begin in Europe. From there, exports would be shipped to the African coast, while in Africa, these ships would then purchase human cargo. African slaves who were held in slave factories on the coast of Africa and then ship the slaves to Latin America and North American coasts. They would then purchase American exports and return to Europe. That's how they formed the triangular trade, this triangle. The part of this transatlantic slave route that exported humans to the Americas is known as the Middle Passage. The Middle Passage voyage would take anywhere from 1 month to 3 months, and while on board, Africans endured horrific and inhumane conditions. So I found this video here on the Middle Passage. So here we go.
The thing that distinguishes slavery in Africa from Atlantic slavery is race. Europeans set in motion a system of slavery that was predicated on the idea that certain people were marked as enslavable. We've learned a great deal about the Middle Passage in the last 40 years or so. The volume of the trade involved the removal of about 12.5 million people from the African continent. The Middle Passage was the middle leg of a voyage that starts in Europe. The first passage is from Europe to Africa. The Middle Passage is the journey from Africa to America. And then the third passage is the journey back from America to Europe.
The Middle Passage could take anywhere from 2 to 3 months. Men and women were separated. Men typically were held in the lower belly of the ship. The roof, if you would, was quite low, probably about 4 feet high, so people couldn't stand. African men were shackled together, and they were packed so closely together in a spoon-like position, and they would stay like that for pretty much the entire journey.
You're talking about hundreds of people. You're at 120 degrees. It smells terrible. There are actually people dying around you, which has to be a traumatic experience for everybody on board.
Maybe 10% of voyages, we know there was some attempt to rise up, to kill the crew, to try to turn the boat around, to change their destinies. Historians have a hard time capturing what the Middle Passage must have felt like for enslaved men and women. It's a voyage that is deeply disorienting. It's a voyage to a place that you can't anticipate. You don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't think we have adequate words to capture that experience.
I know this ain't home, but it's where you gotta be. It's time your family pay contact.
Okay, so hopefully that gave you an idea of the horrible things that took place on the Middle Passage, and you'll learn more about that and slavery as well in this lesson. But it's a topic that kind of shames America and what we did in that period of time. But there's a lot of movies on it, a lot of books on it, a lot of information on the Middle Passage. Okay, so again, the Google Classroom here. I just want to remind you the pace chart's in there. My link to Zoom. Again, each week, this one it was labeled 0.003, and next week will be 0.004. So I kind of keep them in order under sectionalism and war. And then when we get to the new topic, you can see here, growth and innovation. Then we'll start a new topic in Google Classroom. Okay, so again, any questions, please reach out to me. And if not, you have a wonderful week. Thanks, bye.